great. It's complicated as shit because I designed this in February, I think. I think I made this place up in February. And it's May. No, June. It's June now, right? It's been like, what, 4 months? I have to remember shit from 4 months ago. And yeah, it can get complicated. But look, at least we're getting some rice. I do not have storage for that rice, but it'll be fine. I will get rid of this eventually. So what I'm thinking of doing is like hollowing out this and making it a bigger storage for the minute. Because it's the only way I can realistically do this. So I kind of have this as, I was going to get rid of it. If I told them to basically get rid of this entire room, I will get rid of it all at some point, just to clarify. For right now, this is what I need, not that spot. I need this to stay structurally pretty sound. But what I want is just like about here somewhere, there. Should prevent an entire cave-in by having just one little pillar bit there. Honestly, there should also be like one little bit here that maybe we cancel to. Between the two spots, this shouldn't really be big enough for it to have like a cave-in collapse situation. The problem that I've got is getting this shit out of here, honestly. I don't want adult help. What have you got to do today, Bubba? What's the adulting agenda look like? Because I've definitely been like, I don't know, off the scale of having to do a lot of that kind of stuff lately. It's kind of nice, honestly. It's a great reprieve from life. I can't honestly say that sentence without it sounding like it's like bad in some way, but it's fine. I should take a moment to go and put all my turrets around, but realistically I need to actually get rid of this in here. So I know they're working on the bedrooms and they are nearly done, but do I just build this so that I have somewhere to store stuff? Because that's not where it's going to go, but it will give me a fridge, and which means that like this doesn't have to be a fridge. I could make that into like a random storage or something, you know? I don't know. It gets complicated as shit, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to build up here first, honestly. I know I'm trying to do the bedrooms. I know I'm trying to do a lot, but I'm going to have to do it. What is the other stone we've got here? Because I want to do this whole place in slate specifically. But I guess we've got limestone too, and I'll have to do something with it at some point. So if I could just kick this out. Does it go onto the rocks? Yeah, it does. So this is also kind of fun because I don't actually want to close this in yet. I do want to, but they won't actually do the center block until it's fully done. Okay, so I might as well just do the outer lines like this, and I'll do that third block inwards later when they can actually reach it. It should also mean this area should stay pretty solidly insulated. Previously I only ever did this as like 2 thick, but for some reason I'm doing it as 3. So hopefully that's in line with what the fuck I was doing in the past. There's a Bill's pain than being broke and crying in a corner. That order, baby. Oh, Bubba. Yeah, bills suck. Bills suck in general. And also not being able to afford them and shit when they come in. That is the worst. It legitimately is. Like, oh man. Do you know the funniest thing is actually last week when I played RimWorld, so last week on RimWorld with Acrylic, I should really have like a more like presenter kind of way of saying that. I think it'd be funny. But anyway, last week I got super deep into how to like business ownership and like how to do taxes and all kinds of shit. Like I could just imagine, right? Because as you guys know, like my videos, my VODs and stuff, they go to YouTube eventually, right? And I could just imagine some random person clicking on RimWorld video and getting tax advice or like job advice or something like that. Or worse, imagine this, because I was learning about like how YouTube works a little bit, right? And apparently it listens to kind of like what you say in the video and stuff, and it kind of recommends stuff to people based on that. And like, can you imagine getting recommended a RimWorld video for taxes? Like, some person that's doing a Google search for that is very fucking confused right now. because that's what they're getting as a result. And I'm like, I'm actually like half proud of myself for having such fucking obscure content. Like, what the hell? Like, it's not what I really thought I would be doing specifically, but it's in there. It's part of it. It's immortalized forever. But yeah, I'm going to do this part before building the bottom. Once I've actually got this closed in, I can do like a rec room in here. And that'll be great. That'll be easy. Because all I'll have to do is like this inner line and I'll have like a room. But I really need them to have... Also, where is this one getting out from? Oh wait, we're just taming it. Okay, that's fine. I'm just keeping track because I saw her bringing in a alpaca and I'm like, wait a minute. Did I get alpacas escape? We got another female rat. We're going to take that. Oh, I got water saving. I've been trying to not kill a lot of the small animals because like squirrels and stuff because my cats eat them in the colony. And the panthers will hunt the bigger stuff. I might leave them. They're not really any threat. They won't hunt this stuff, but I'm waiting for a rainstorm to take them out. Specifically, not obviously the rainstorm to kill the boomalopes, but I will go kill the boomalopes during a rainstorm when I don't have to worry about shit catching my whole base on fire. Which is nice, because unlike Salvation, this place is made out of fucking slate, you know? Like Qulin was too, but different. What are you doing, sweetie? Asola's crossing over the microphone again. Hold on. I just gotta hold my keyboard cover because that's what my mic stands on. No, you gotta move a little bit further. There you go. She was just about to plonk her bot down where my mouse was, and I'm like, nope. Well, yeah. Yeah, no, she keeps getting hot and stuff because she's got a really dense coat. She's a Russian Blue Cross, right? So she's got like a really, really plush coat, and in winter and stuff, it seems like it's maybe a little too dense. Whereas Phoenix has like no fucking coat. Like he's got a coat, but fucking hell is it not really there. So like Phoenix is like 14, okay? And he's kind of in like his old man cat stage where he doesn't have a lot of body fat left, and he's had like a lot of his muscles and stuff kind of wasted away in his older age and shit, like normal stuff, okay? And so he feels the cold really, really well. So I try to keep him toasty warm, and I feel the cold really well, so that really works. But because we like toasty the fuck out of this room, Azula is probably too hot, but she wants to be here. So she often goes and like lays on the desk where it's cold, and then she gets too cold and she wants to lay in a bed, but a bed's too hot. So yeah, she can't kind of win. There's nothing much I can really do to like make it better. Like I could try, but yeah, it just doesn't really help, you know. I might end up doing, I know it's not going to really help to put like two turrets beside each other, but I kind of wanted to space these out more. Well, you cannot put your beans on my thing. She keeps trying to stretch her paw out. So last time I had this stretched by, I took them all down, my turrets, but this was kind of the spacing. So I had it a space of 5 dots between each turret. I actually would like to space it out to at least 6, maybe 7 spaced out, because then they don't blow each other up. It does mean less turrets per like space, but I think that's not really going to be a huge problem. I have plenty of people, so not really a huge deal. The other thing too is I've just got like, I got a lot of these. So the more I can get out of storage, the better. Like the more things I can kind of put around, the better. I know that putting them side by side is stupid. Please understand, I already know. Right? Ain't nobody got to tell me that shit, but I just need them to put them down somewhere for the moment. Once they're installed, they're more likely to actually like go place them somewhere. I'm not going to take it from the top and go install it. I will, there is, here we are. I must admit, since 1.5, like there's been no real difference to me, but I have noticed just tonight that like my screen, like we can fly around pretty well. Like that's been nice. Like not much else is different. Except for the fucking loading time. Holy shit. If you guys notice, I save frequently. There's a reason why the frequency of my saving has increased so sharply. The reload time, I just can't risk it being like 15 minutes ago. Especially since like I lose track of time so quickly. It's a risk. Welcome in, Mirthless. How's your morning going? I'm personally trying not to sneeze, so we'll see how that goes, but yeah. Also, I'm trying to keep Azula's like little paws off my mouse, but you know, that's also happening. I also have batteries and shit down here. I've got cats, and saving is important. It is important. I just normally have like more options to save. Like I'm saving faster than the autosave. I don't know how frequently autosave works, but it's saying a lot. And lurking and doing morning stuff. How are you? I'm alright. Mirthless. I feel like I'm a little dehydrated. I'm trying to like drink a bit. Sorry, hold on. But yeah, otherwise all good. The fuck have I been up to? I actually had a really good sleep today. Like, you know, one of those sleeps where like you know you're tired and you lay down. Yeah, I was stretch. You lay down and you kind of like feel like, you know, I'm gonna fall asleep real soon and I'm gonna actually have like a really good dense rest. And then I proceeded to have a really good dense rest. It was wonderful. It was actually just really nice. So yeah, that was a nice surprise, especially after like the last couple of weeks of like sorting stuff out with Streamlabs and other stuff. So, you know, before the rest. Because, like, I laid down, like, before I even laid down, like, I was full, I was warm, I was comfortable, the bed felt really nice, I felt comfortable, my clothes were comfortable, like, my cats were there, I had enough, like, food and drink, and, like, I pretty much just, like, was like, yep, you know what, everything is right. Anything that was wrong was realistically, there was construction going on in the area. So, you know how, like, I don't know if it's like bobcats and stuff like that, but like when certain construction vehicles reverse, they beep. I had that shit going on. That was the only downside to it, was somebody in the area was clearly doing some kind of construction. So, you know, every other second there was like this additional like beeping kind of thing, but there's nothing I could do about that. Not really. So, yeah. I mean, as to kind of like drown that out, all I did was kind of like put a little bit of like music on. Just something to kind of distract my ears from just hearing the constant noise against nothing, because it was a really peaceful morning too. It was like really strangely quiet. And even when I woke up later in the afternoon, it wasn't particularly loud. Like lately there's been like a lot of like families that are just kind of like really, really fucking loud rowdy in this area. And to be fair, that's kind of semi-normal. But this was just, it was just an odd day where there was like just nothingness and it was just bliss, you know? Especially since like I enjoy being by myself at times, like just nothing going on, no sound, no nothing. So it's always really nice from my perspective. 7's gonna be too many. Maybe we take it back down to 6. That might take us near the end. I don't think it will, but we'll find out. I'm trying to calculate out by how far I would like to have a turret from a turret. Generally, the minimum is of radius, blast radius of 3. So anything within this range from that turret could potentially also blow up, which is why I have the buildings and stuff so far away. This was kind of the maximum blast radius that I believed it could have. So, yeah. I've kind of like already pre-assessed that. So we'll take it down to 6. Have a look. Because I put it on 7. My previous map was 5. And I don't have a problem with that, except for the fact that it requires quite a lot of resources. It requires a few extra turrets, extra electricity, repairs. It's a lot of maintenance all up. So yeah, I just want to make sure that if I'm gonna make the turrets, if I'm gonna put them up, especially since I would like to be on this location of the map for like a little while. Like at least a fucking month or so I could like get some goddamn resources. Holy shit. Moving 2 locations, moving a colony this size, 2 locations, back to back, not what I wanted to do. I know you guys all know that anyway, that it's not what I intended to do, and that's why we pretty much only have chocolate for my colonists, but holy shit, this is not what I wanted. We've still got like basically like 3. I feel like if I take it down to 5, it's not going to be too much different, because we moved in by 1 instead of it being 4, it's 3. If I take it up to 5, I think it's only going to move up by the 1. Right, it could be right. I could just end up putting an extra turret in the corner anyway, but see, the moment the turret would sit here, and that's in the blast radius of that, so that's not what I want. So I guess we'll put it on 5 and see how it goes. I was hoping not to have to do 5 again, because it's a very close range. Like, it does mean I'm incredibly heavily armored. A lot of raids will not walk in from the outside. They just won't. Because it's basically death. So what I get instead is I get a lot of raids that dig up from underground or crash land in from above. Or I don't fucking know. Like, we get a lot of defoliators, mech ships, stuff like that that's not really going to take too much of a hit from this. That's what we'll start getting instead. The game kind of balances it out to make sure that it's still a battle. You know, it's still difficult and stuff based on whatever you've got. In my case, I have a lot of colonists, so I should theoretically get more difficult raids or larger raids to begin with. Doesn't always happen, especially if a lot of my colonists are injured, unarmed, stuff like that. I don't get big ones during those. Like, it kind of compensates for it. But on the flip side, when they are all armed, that's perfect. Alright, cool. When they are all armed and I've got issues with, like, you know, everybody's, like, well-trained and nobody's hurt and everybody's got attack animal, good God, the fucking battles we get. They're so bad. Like, I know some of you have seen the 90-minute battles, the raids that I've had to fight just to keep a couple of colonists alive that I, like, legacy characters that I want to get to the end. It is mental, you know? It's also incredibly physically draining, mentally draining, I guess I should say, actually going through the battle, because it's a long time to pay attention to a lot of factors and concentrate on different, like, entry points and all sorts of shit. Like, people that are already down that you've got a save point for, you're trying to get to a hospital or get medical supplies to get them treated out in the field before they even get to hospital, to see if you can extend their life just long enough so that they'll survive to reach the hospital. Like, all of those sort of things is quite a lot. Like, I haven't had one of those since we arrived at Qulin, thank goodness. I don't know if I'd want to again. So the other thing too is I also didn't make this, like, all the way out because we have the water. So the only way I can put a turret here is if I put, what do you call it? If I put out a bridge. That's the only way I can sort of build it there, which I may have to do anyway. The only thing I wanted to look at, because I didn't take it to all the way to the side, was that this was the difference here. So if I have, this is the difference of 4. And you are difference of 4. So that was balanced. I don't mind this being indented by 1. I could work with that. Alright, now's the time to go find turrets. I'll do at least one wall. I know there's a couple of turrets up the top. I'll do one line of turrets along the base, and then I'll probably have to build them or people start bringing them in. I don't know which, but we'll see. But for now, if I can just get a few put into place, like along here, like I've got some spares down here. I was gonna try to keep them nearby, but we'll see. See what I can do. Like, I think my people can get around here, like the boundary thing's not gonna stop them. But I know that as soon as somebody does finally walk down here, we'll get the, oh, there's an ancient danger down here, you know, notification. Which I don't think we've got for this one. I think we've got it for up the top. Yeah, I think that's right. Because although I'm pretty sure I had a caravan walk in here, so maybe we have. We'll see. I think we've got more than 45 turrets there. I think we've got like 55 to maybe 60 turrets on this map. Like, that's an overestimate, a sharp overestimate, but, you know, it's about right. I didn't take all of my turrets. I left a lot, or I scrapped them, sold them, all sorts of things, just to be able to... I'm already putting this in the wrong spot. It's fine, I can move them over by 1. As long as I fix up the majority of them to be where they are. I've just automatically put them where the dot is missing, because that's exactly how I would normally build it. But yeah, look, if they can move them up there, I can get them to move them over. It's a lot easier than saying, hey, I want to like redo each individual one. They'll just be right next to where I want them to be. And that's not too bad if they are. But it looks like I maybe have... I was thinking I might have more than one line's worth, but I don't think I do. We'll see. My god. The hell is this cluster of animals coming in? Are they getting out from somewhere? Not from here. Speaking of here. They can start back building this. What I want them to do is I want them to put like... I could finish mining out the area, but it's fine. Now, let's see. Where was the last one I was up to? Probably here. Yeah, that's actually a really good guess. I really didn't think I'd click on the very next one that I was looking for, you know. There's also these in the base, like inside, further in. I've got to pick up and move out here. So that will be something too. I've also got heaters and stuff, which they don't need right now. It's spring for them. But they will need it later. And I don't think they've got like... I don't think they've got enough electricity infrastructure around the place yet. I've got a few lines of stuff, but I do not have enough. I love how I've just got a cat sleeping down on the turrets. It's magical. It really is. It's just like... It just makes you feel like it's a war cat kind of thing. Like it's a guardian of the arsenal kind of thing. Because, like, literally, look at it. Oh, look at it. There's only one in here. Oh, there's two. Sorry. There's a pair of cats in my turret area. That's probably a good thing. Just in case one's asleep, because, you know, you need to have two of them to sleep. You don't actually require two cats to have one cat sleep. That's obviously false, but, yeah, it would be pretty funny. That'd be one of those points where somebody would, like, argue that with their partner. It's like, oh, but how will the cat sleep if it doesn't have a second cat? Like, clearly we need two, obviously. Like, the funniest thing is, as silly as that is, I feel like I would purposely nonsensically argue that point. Just any random invalid point to, like, motivate a second cat situation. Like, I would do it. Which tells me somebody else out there would do it, you know? I'm probably going to have to put a bridge on one of these up here. We'll see. I don't know if that's all, like, not buildable area or what. We'll find out. But it does look like it's looking like I've got more turrets. So I might be able to put more around the place. Which, of course, means that I have to, like, line this up somewhere else, but it's always fun. Figuring out your turret game on, like, the other side of the map. It's pretty easy when shit's symmetrical, but when it's not, it's not. Like, I can do this pretty well, because it's just 5 out from the center 2. So they'll be easy to replicate again. Also, I could not tell you guys how many fucking times I have bit the spot on my tongue that I absolutely fucking chomped earlier today. It is so fucking sore, because while I've been absolutely gasbagging this whole time, I've just managed to, like, I don't know, nom on my tongue like a half a dozen more times, probably more than that. And it's clearly the same fucking tooth as taking a shot at it. So it's just like getting stabbed repeatedly throughout this whole stream. It's honestly giving me a fucking headache from like just the non-stop stabbery. Like I said earlier, I imagine that this is very akin to the feeling of getting a piercing in like your mouth and stuff. However, I'm starting to question that, because obviously when you get a piercing, it's pain once, and then like you have like a dull ache and a bit of pressure and shit afterwards, right? This is fucking constant stabbery. Like it's not even closely the same. It's just like my tongue, oh, my teeth have a fucking vengeance. It's just like, oh, you made the mistake of being in this mouth today. That's what it fucking feels like. Somebody's having a heart attack, and I don't know if that's an animal or... Who is this? Is this a colonist? Artery blockage. I think it's one of the people I just took. I love that I checked items first. That's terrible. Zaggle, are you... If you are a... Yeah, that... I mean, health. I could give you better, like best quality stuff. Like I'm not gonna be able to fix that. If they fix this on the road, fucking holy hell. Like, good job. I love how he's a Glitter World officer. Of all the fucking things you could possibly be, the extreme, like, medicine and weaponry officer. Holy shit. And we don't have the we don't have the medicine for it. But so far, this person's not got the best stats. They really don't. Melee, yes. I just like their name, honestly. But if they happen to die, I guess I'll jettison them. I don't know if my people are going to be upset. But yeah, that'll be fucking fascinating. Let's save that. I'm not going to roll that back if this guy dies. Just letting you know. If he dies, he dies. Also, by the way, fucking Tackles has still been in a mental break this entire time. Like, they are psychotically wondering. I've been waiting. Like, this is... How long are we in? Like, 2 hours into stream. This guy's been mentally broken from the beginning. It could take a while, to be fair. It could take him a while to break out of it. But still, it's more like hours to days kind of thing. So we'll see. This is mostly all this is set up. My turrets on this line is mostly set up where I want them to be. I've obviously fucked up a couple of them, but I'll move them over. What I'll do, so it's a little bit more obvious to me, is I'll put like a little dot there. My only thing is obviously the one in the corner would be absolutely perfect, but that would mean here. And Asola's crossing back over again. I should actually keep a record of how often she does this. It's like, she hasn't been doing this until now, realistically. I just gotta give her pats, because obviously she's sleepy and adorable. Like, I give her a pat, and she just, like, immediately just succumbs to sleep. It's fucking adorable as. It's very cute. The other thing, too, is I've never had a cat where, like, I reach out my hand towards their face, and they meet the distance with their face and want to be patted. Like, I've never had a cat that's, like, expressed it back that they want that hand to pat them kind of thing. Like, most cats are like, oh yeah, cool, you know, I'm getting a pat, it's like a massage, it's great. And then they're okay with it. It's done, right? But she actually fucking just, like, lives for it, it seems like. I'm dying for coffee. I don't want to leave the blankets. Oh, man. I've said this before, but it amazes me that you've never set up, like, a coffee machine or something in your room. I understand for, like, you know, shared house, kind of hygiene kind of shit. Coffee in your own space is probably not the best kind of idea. But yeah, fucking winter. Screw going outside to get shit. Like, oh, last night or this morning. I don't know when it was, but there was a point in time when it was, like, really cold. I think it was last night when I was editing. I had to go and get something from my room, and I'm like, I really want to go out there, because, like, I had to put my shawl in the wash. I, like, spilled something on it. And then I take my jumper off and I leave it in here, so that I don't potentially... Oh, they're in a assaulting spree. It's fine. I just saw colonists died. I'm like, what? Yeah, no, I tend to take off my jumper and leave it in the room that I'm in so that I don't, like, you know, splash water on it or do something stupid kind of thing or whatever. So, anywho, I'm like, I have to leave the room, but that requires me to remove the warmth and leave the warmth of the room. And I'm like, oh, that's a really big, like, do I want to? How much do I want to get whatever the fuck it was out of my room? Yeah. I ended up needing it. I had to, like, leave the fucking room to go get it, but still. I had questions. I had thoughts. Oh my god, you guys. Might be able to dig this out from... Is that solid? Hold on. No. Yeah, it is. Okay. They have dug another fucking panther in. Okay, so who have I got in the area that could do this? Peters, do you have... Not mining. Nick has construction. Cypress got construction. That's some good construction. Silverware? No mining. No. Somebody in this area has got to have mining. I've been doing stuff, like, pretty constantly. Actually, somebody in here, Sasha. They are. God, I love Sasha. She's just, like, fucking top-notch mining. So if I can hit, whoops, I clicked off her. I could just grab you, and I just want you to make sure, where's my button to make you mine? I guess I can't reach it yet. Fine. I'll just have to keep an eye on her and make sure she actually, like, breaks through this. What I'll also do is this little room in here. Get them to release that. Get them to cut through here as well. I'm getting them to cut through where the walls are going to go. Because normally what I do is I remove the room. And then I have to then, like, dig out the walls. And it's, like, it's a risk of it collapsing and shit. This time I've done it differently.